there was only like 4 people on here, so I was like waiting for more people to jump on. But yeah, let's do it. That'd be great. So first and foremost, for everyone that doesn't know me, just a little intro of myself. I'm Ron Garling. I've worked with Mesa for a little while, and I've been the assistant at Cabrini College or Cabrini University now for the last 3 years. This was a really, really cool experience. I loved going back, last night, rewatching this game and kind of going through the beginning of it. To be honest, it's always so funny as a coach. The hardest part for me was figuring out what clips to show, what clips not to show. And I was hardly through the first quarter and I had like 15 clips already clipped up. So if you guys enjoy this or people want me to, I kind of did like the first quarter and a half. And then, I could do this another 2 times where I could do, the second half and do the final quarter or the end, if everybody's getting something out of it. I'm going to be, I know there's a lot of others. Amherst had a couple local guys and different things. I figured the best way for me to start is being honest and truthful with really what our game plan was going into the game. So for a lot of the younger players, guys in high school really and everything, when you get to college, it's amazing how much film every coach watches. It's amazing how much people study the game to be able to figure out, hey, what's the strengths of each player? What are they good at? What are they not? What are you sliding to? What are you worried about? So for us, defensively starting off, I coach the defense at Cabrini. The biggest thing that we wanted to do was take away transition. It was amazing actually that week getting ready for the game, how much we didn't talk a ton about Amherst's offense and what they were doing, but how we were worried about giving up transition goals. We were worried about our middies getting in the hole. We were worried about making sure that we were able to get to 6-on-6 without giving up goals. From there, it was really kind of 2 basic things that are tough to do. But again, another really good teaching point for guys, offensive players is our goals were, we were not going to slide to sweeps. And we were also we were going to slide coma to every dodge coming from behind the goal. What we did not want, Amherst had 3 really good attackmen, one of which who was a really, really good crease guy. So we did not, as these guys were dodging, we were happy if they could beat us, turn the corner and score the ball. They were going to be able to do that 3 times before we started sliding because we didn't want to be hedging off the crease and them dumping it over our head and being able to kind of give up easy goals that way. The not sliding to dodges at X worked out well for us. The not sliding to sweeps, not so much because I think we gave up 2 or 3 sweep goals. But I'll be able to show some good points in there as well. Offensively for us on the Cabrini end, one of the biggest things we did is we felt like we had one of the best players, if not the best player in Division III, in Jordan Krug, who was number 55. He had scored 8 or 9 goals in our semifinal game against Salisbury. So we knew Amherst was going to be keying on him. So we really kind of talked about using him as a decoy. We talked about how they were going to slide to him. How was he going to be able to help our offense out without necessarily scoring the ball? And I thought he did a really good job of it. Additionally, we wanted to attack an early offense. We wanted to create scramble situations. We didn't think Amherst had a great team defense. I didn't think they were super organized. And then in being able to create sub-game, being able to create scrambles, we wanted to use sub-game a bunch, which we'll show. I can't see like any written up questions. So if anybody has a question, unmute yourself. I can go over it again. I know we talked about doing this for like a half an hour. I put in 10 clips. I have all the time in the world for the rest of the day. So if this takes me an hour and a half, if everyone's asking questions and in tune, that's not a problem on my end. So I'll try to be as efficient as possible.
Hey, Ron, you can open the chat too if you want to do it that way. Maybe people can ask questions that way too.
Yeah, I don't know. How do I do that? I was thinking that would be the best, but I don't know how to open that with my screen. Like I have this full screen.
Okay, go to the top and the drop downs will drop down, the very top middle of your screen.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Oh, there we go. Awesome. Where's the chat? I don't know why I can't see chat. Like I have all the participant stuff. There we go. Perfect. All right, got that up. Awesome. All right, so getting started here. All right, first play. basically, all right, coming out awfully early. You can see it's pretty early in the game, one of the first plays here. This was and this is great for all the D guys, younger guys, is quick change on the defensive end. All right, so Amherst is running a 3 high. All right, they always love their speed dodges. They're pretty organized and traditional offense. All right, all our goal was as soon as they were starting to dodge, we were not going to go with our guys. So you could see here we get a good exchange. All right, and now we're trying to talk through 2 inside guys of who's hot. Okay, it ends up, I think this guy communicated hot early with little 2-man game. All right, it quickly changed to Sean Wagner, number 33 inside. All right, which kind of put us in a really, really tough spot. So we end up going, all right, as I stop it here, right, Bobby Cressman, number 16, this guy that I'm circling, all right, he was going to be the 2 help. All right, we call this at Cabrini, we call this the pound guy. Basically, anyone that's going to be the help on the backside, all right, that's going to rotate and roll. Okay, as that plays out, you can see at this point, and this was something we talk about on our defense a lot, is we want to make sure that we can push the offensive players as far away from the goal as we can as the ball swings. All right, we weren't able to do that on this one. All right, which makes it for a really, really big benefit for Amherst. Okay, we end up, as I kind of let this roll and play, 16 at the top of the screen isn't sure if he's helping over, right, or getting back, okay, which allows Amherst to get a really, really good goal and a really easy shot, all right, going to the backside. Okay, our goal, like I said, as I continue to let this play through, right, is what we would have liked is this player for Amherst not to catch the ball at, 13, 14, 15 yards. We wanted him to catch it at 18, right, which allows us a couple extra steps to be able to get a slide guy to go. It allows us to try and get hands-on, all right, and it doesn't make the dodge so, dangerous. Okay, 11 was a really good player. We were trying to figure out how athletic Amherst was. Okay, we figured it out pretty quickly on this one, giving up the first goal of the game. All right, offensively for us, like I said, talking about, what we wanted to do is we wanted to play, scramble, and we wanted to play fast. Okay, so even just this, I always thought it's a great point for younger guys, high school guys. Mike Gerzabek, who's a local Springfield kid, even here, he sees a decent amount of separation between him and his defenseman. All he's planning on doing is throwing the ball to X, all right, but just squaring up, making a quick dodge move, it keeps his hands free, all right, and it's something that I think guys can utilize quite a bit, all right. It kind of puts defensemen on their heels a little, all right, it makes it difficult. All right, as you can see, we're kind of, getting set up for a play here, okay, and what we didn't think Amherst did a really good job of was communicating, all right, mumbo plays and backside picks. So as this rolls through, I'll let it play first. Okay, we just dodged, we threw back, all right, and we wanted to bang the ball to the wing. All right, as you can see, as I roll it back a little bit, Amherst really struggled, okay, communicating. You'll see the guy on the crease inside, all right, and then again, Jordan Krug, 55, our top player here, okay, was the guy that we used as a decoy quite a bit. We knew guys weren't going to want to leave him. He was our top player. He was the guy that we knew they would be keying on. And you can see these 2 inside guys, they're not sure who's going where. All right, they both go to 55. We get a really, really good shot, one that we'll take all day long. All right, and Amherst makes a really good save. Coming back on the D end here. All right, as I'll let this play through and then roll it back. Another local guy for Amherst, Jack Norton, who went to Radnor. Okay, Amherst did a really good job of playing this big little. All right, what we didn't do a great job on this play was we didn't do a great job of figuring out, was it going to be, we kind of had 2 different defenses. We have a big little defense, and then we have an invert defense. And what you can see is our defenseman is basically going to the front of the goal, playing an invert defense. All right, that's not something that we wanted to do. All right, and then as we roll it through, right, we're not sure here who's playing who. Okay, which allows, their offensive player to have his hands clean, all right, to be able to see the field, feel really, really comfortable, which is obviously something that good offensive players are going to be able to take away. All right, when you watch inside, so our defense, regardless, whether we're in, Chester was our invert, all right, Diamond was our big little. was basically setting up these 4 guys in a diamond, right? So we have one guy that's looking away, one guy top center, and then we have a guy on each wing. All right, from here, as this rolls through, okay, we leave a guy with his hands clean. You could see we're throw forward, right? We're playing the backside pipe. We're playing the cut, all right? And then we kind of have one guy. It's amazing in a national championship game that we would have somebody that's a little bit in la-la lands, right? But we stand still. We're not moving, all right? And we give up an easy one. I mean, this is a 14-yard step down, but off a skip. It's hard for a goalie to see. It ends up really being a screenshot. That's really, really difficult for goalies to see. And we give up an easy one again. All right, this one I put in. This is kind of a longer clip here. Not too much on the defensive end other than I thought this was really cool. Crazy save by our goalie. We don't necessarily do a great job, all right, getting organized. Goalie crazy jumps in front, makes a save. All right, but again, us playing fast, we wanted to get the ball out. Get off to the races, okay? We don't necessarily get anything out of it, all right, but all 3 guys push, all right, and we're going to use 33 here. This was our sub game, okay? This is how we were going to create some offense against Amherst. We knew against those guys, they did not want to have any offensive midfielders play defense, okay? They would do any and all things to be able to get off the field, so we wanted to utilize that. So Sean Wagner, our DIII, all right, he starts to just kind of hang on the field. You can see him here at the bottom of the screen, all right, dodging off a guy coming through the box. It forces Amherst to play defense right away, all right, and for us, we loved anybody that could get this kind of run. All right, this is Kevin Lyden, who is a local guy, played at Haverford High School. This is Jimmy McAfee, who actually played at Germantown Academy. Jimmy was a first-team All-American defenseman or DIII. Who's a guy that's now looking for a 5th year, and I'm hearing multiple Division I schools looking for him. All right, but for us, we'll take this type of separation of being able to attack a guy any day of the week. Okay, it allowed now, all right, and it's tough to see at the bottom. 16 Amherst offensive guy stays and plays defense, or sorry, works himself in on the defensive end and then tries to run off late. Okay, as this rolls through, you can start to see. Okay, we throw the ball into number 2. All right, we get a little bit of a sub game, advantage, which then just puts Amherst, their 5 guys, into a scramble. This is what we wanted. Okay, we swing the ball. I'll let this play through before I roll it back. Boom, we get a skip, a one more. All right, and a great look at the cage. All right, which is another really, really good save for Amherst goalie. All right, as we kind of break this down, going towards offensive principles for us. All right, as this ball comes, all right, one of the main ones, and I actually learned this back, Coach Petrone, remember, Trav, I was working with you. We were coaching the, can't remember what grad year it was, but Fever back in the day when I was working at Lafayette. All right, rule of thumb, the ball goes to an attackman behind the goal, you have to cut. All right, you don't know if you'll be open. You might not be. You might have a guy right on your hips. All right, that's going to go with you, but you might bring somebody and then create open space behind it, okay? And this is exactly what this does. All right, you could see right now Amherst, in this low little corner has 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 defensemen, okay? Basically for us playing 4. They're in their scramble. This is where we really thought they were going to struggle, all right? And with that one cut, right, they're not sure who's playing who, okay? You have, Jimmy McAfee, again, playing a guy at 15 yards, all right, giving him 5-yard space. That's a great advantage for the offense. We end up making, I thought, one more great pass. All right, goalie just makes a really good save. All right, but that was stuff that we wanted to try and generate those opportunities as many times as possible throughout this game. As we roll to the defensive side, all right, you can see same situation again like we talked about earlier. Okay, they're going to exchange. They got a midi coming in. They're fading this top center midi to the backside. All right, we're going to exchange that. We're just going to pass those guys off. All right, as you can see, they just switch. We're going to wanted to keep a guy on the wing at all times. Okay, pretty neat here, and this is pretty high level. I thought watching this, being able to anticipate as a defenseman. Okay, so as this goes through, right, we realized that 33 is going to go to this. All right, not necessarily something I thought we had to go to. All right, but he decides to slide. All right, as soon as that happens, okay, you could see number 9 immediately starts inching out. All right, knowing our slide packages, right? I mean, even here, if he's got a stick on whoever this is from Amherst inside, okay, there's a possibility they throw this ball back, 19 steps in and shoots. All right, but we're able to, all right, with great anticipation and knowing the defense, knowing who's the next slide, who's helping where, all right, 9 is able to kind of jump out, okay, and this ends up being a crazy play, okay, because 14 recovers in, all right, they just kind of jam it inside, kid makes a crazy catch, all right, and luckily misses the goal, okay, but this I thought was a great teaching point for all D guys, right, understanding the defense and being able to anticipate, right? 9 not only is watching the ball, okay, but he's understanding through his peripheral vision, right, what his own teammates are doing. The second that 33 decides that he's going to slide to this, he knows he's got to get out the backside. He's the next slide guy. He's the help. All right, and then he flies through. Okay, quick restart off the end line. As it gets there. All right, big little. Okay, so this was what we were talking about. One of our keys defensively was we wanted, all right, we weren't going to slide to a guy's face if he was coming top side. All right, so all you attackmen, you know, when we do drills, turn in the corner, right, we try and work on shooting the ball coming up the hash. All right, these Amherst attackmen, you know, these midfielders, anybody that was dodging behind, if they could beat us topside and score the ball, they could do it all day long. All right, we were going to trust in our defensemen. We were going to make sure that Amherst beat us this way, all right, as opposed to being worried inside. Okay, and you can really see that because as this big little comes, right, number 12 inside is looking away at 32, right, a defenseman up top is looking away, 20's opened up in a great spot, all right, and we kind of have our heads down. But you could see if he could beat us and come this way, boom, the easiest goal he'll ever score. Okay, we wanted to bait and see if Amherst would be able to do it before we were going to slide to these guys. Okay, what we were going to do was slide from 33 behind the goal, okay, then have 12, you know, rotate to the backside if that's what we ended up doing. Okay, similar again. I'll let this play through. All right, nice easy goal from 19. I think it's a great play by them. All right, but talking about closing out, right? We talked about it off the first initial goal. All right, this ball comes up. Okay, number 20, as you can see, kind of hanging in the crease. All right, he is coming out to play 19. You can see as we go back watching number 20, right? He's really slow to get moving out, right? The ball, he's not covering anybody at this point. Start to extend, start to get out to 19, push him further away from the goal. All right, a win for Amherst, just like we were talking about before, is being able to catch the ball 5 yards inside the box, all right, and be able to attack the defenseman. All right, a win on the defensive end that we talked about quite often is being able to have 20 extend out and make 19, 18, whatever number this is, catch it at the top of the box. Okay, additionally, you can see he's basically giving 19 his right hand. All right, we wanted these approaches on the defensive end to be more flat, knowing 19 wants his right hand, all right, and playing a little bit more basketball style than just, you know, allowing guys to take the alley. But he gets where he wants. All right, great shot, great goal. All right, and really puts us on a, you know, on a tough path. Starting the first quarter, okay, down 3-1. All right, this was another, you know, big play, a little bit of luck, a lot of things for us. You can see, okay, same thing, right? We're looking away inside. All right, 2, if he wants to shoot this, he can. All right, he is able to shoot it. We were going to give it to him. We just wanted this guy to bark down at him, make it difficult. All right, they try and jam the ball to the back pipe. We get lucky. It goes out of bounds. All right, and we're able to pick it up. End of the quarter goals, something when you get to college, I think a lot of really good high school coaches and coaches talk about this. Not all goals are created equal. All right, while each goal only counts as 1 point on the board, all right, when it comes to momentum, when it comes to different things, right, goals under a minute, goals under, you know, 30 seconds of a quarter are killers for teams, absolute killers. Okay, so, you know, we wanted to push transition. All right, we're doing the same thing again, sub game. Okay, 16 comes down, throws it to 55, our best offensive player. Okay, 33 is hanging in the same spot he did last time, trying to get get some sort of an advantage. As we scroll through this, number 2, right, decides out of the blue he's going to go with number 16 way up here in this corner, okay, which creates an advantage for us. Number 30 for Amherst has no idea this is happening. All right, 33 just steps into an open gap, takes a nice little, 15-yard hands-free crow hop, okay, and is able to score it. Okay, and again, this was a huge, huge momentum play. All right, we're on the sidelines as the Cabrini coaching staff, playing defense with a minute to go. Like, man, if we go down 4-1, I think we lose, right? I think we lose. Okay, but instead, able to get a turnover, right? A little bit of luck plays into the game. We get, a sub game, a scramble situation for Amherst that we wanted to try to create as much as possible. All right. And while, the quarter ends 3-2 Amherst, all right, we feel, a lot better about it. All right. We feel like we're almost winning, even though we're down a goal. Okay. Coming back, a little bit of a scramble offense here. All right. We put a little undercut, right? Little play to get us moving. All right. Creating a ton of space. Okay. We always, we run, and I think it's best known through Villanova. We run kind of a scramble offense, okay, to where guys aren't locked into spots, guys can cut. We want to do a combination of having a crease guy and playing what we call our 5 out, and also not having a crease guy, playing 6 out, and making Amherst have to change whether they're sliding from the crease, all right, sliding adjacently, and that's where we thought they were susceptible to getting confused. Okay, they keep a guy inside, all right, as the hot guy, which then makes it very difficult for their perimeter players. Number 2 attacks, doesn't win his matchup, perfectly fine. All right, 55, we set a little pick. Okay, and this was where we knew, all right, teams were going to slide to 55. All right, he's a big, strong guy. All right, he had a really, really good defenseman on him. All right, but after his game against Salisbury that we knew Amherst was going to watch a ton, all right, we knew that they were going to be sliding to him. They were going to be heavy figuring out, hey, don't let 55 beat us. Okay, so he does a good job, pushes inside, right, creates a little bit of a double team. Okay, we're in a little bit of a scramble here. Guys are just playing. Okay, and this was again, another decoy spot. So the ball throws to the backside. All right, if we roll it back while this is happening, you can see 55, right, working himself inside. Okay, he is a perimeter player. He's a guy that was not really a crease guy. We didn't really want on the crease a ton. All right, but we wanted him to set himself up as the crease guy, allow Amherst to set a slide guy, and then figure out, hey, am I going to be the hot guy and leave 55, right, or am I going to be really worried about him? Okay, and as you can see, we get basically what ends up being a one-on-one dodge here, because as 55 fades off the crease, we get a guy right now that, he inside rolls nice and far from the goal, and he is looking one-on-one, running right to the goalie. Okay, this is a great opportunity for any and all offensive guys. Okay, this is where you want to be able to attack. The dive worked out in our favor. Okay, we get the push call and get a goal that was much needed. Okay, and sorry for this because I know I'm talking a lot of defense, but I always put my defensive hat on now, being a defensive coach. And one thing that we talk about, and this is exactly why I thought it was a great point, is on the defensive end is you want to always try to have, right, a D guy be ball side. All right, and this is why, right? So we end up, as you can slowly see, right, we have an outlet, we have an adjacent throw forward, okay, but 42 being behind the goalie allows, our Dodger to look like, hey, I got nobody coming to me, right? This is basically a one-on-one dodge with no help from Amherst that he's able to score on. Okay, just very simple. If 42, sorry, let me roll this back a second. All right, if 42 right now gets himself in front and is standing right where my mouse is, I'm not sure that 21 runs directly at him at the goal, right? He probably ends up fading, all right, more to X, throws the ball, and we just try to swing the ball through to the backside. All right, so for a lot of the close defensemen on here, anybody playing around the goal, any of the D guys, all right, just a simple rule of thumb for me, right, as best you can, you want to try to get ball side so now you don't have an offensive guy staring at the cage, all right, on these wing dodges. Okay, thank you for the NCAA changing the rules with the dive. It worked out very well for us in our, throughout our playoff run. Okay, very simple here. Okay, we're clearing the ball. All right, nothing too crazy. Okay, we're getting to our spots. We ran an open clear, as you can see, right? One guy here. We have two guys at the bottom of the screen, our D middies, and then we ended up being able to create an advantage with 22 coming out of the box. All right, in here, okay, and this is, I'm going to go back to, I should talk to him and I'll let him know that I threw him in here. But my dad told me throughout my entire career as I was an attackman is stand next to the goal as much as possible. All right, and as this plays through, okay, we run right down the middle of the field. Okay, we get a pretty good look at the goal, right? I mean, we're not yelling at 22 Billy Morgan for taking a bad shot. He's directly in front of the goal. He shoots it from, 12 yards. A little difficult at this point to get a lot of mustard on the ball, but at the same time, we always play fast. We want to take these shots. All right, why I'm saying standing at the goal. All right, Timmy Brooks, all right, local Haverford school guy, was an outside shooter, loved to shoot the ball from 15 plus. All right, but you can see we get a 4-on-3, the most basic things in lacrosse here. All right, and instead of getting an easy one-on-one dunk with the goalie, right, we get this 12-yard shot. And why I'm saying that is Timmy reading this, right? At this point, if he beelines it and gets himself, flashing towards the goal, flashing towards the, the front of the cage, and is standing where my mouse is, I bet you we throw one more to him and he gets a 1-on-0 with the goalie. All right, this is a play where we're inches away from getting an easy one. Okay, but for all you guys, again, that stand and watch, younger guys in these 4v3s, why we do this a ton in Mesa practices and with every team I've ever been a part of, is we not only want to read the ball carrier, okay, but we want to read open space. All right, Timmy, right now at this point, you can see there's a defenseman between him and the ball. Really going to be difficult for him to catch and for this guy to make a play and throw it to him. All right, this allowing him, back cutting, all right, beelining it down to the cage. He might get a one more and score the easiest goal in the national championship he's ever scored. All right, another great save by Amherst goalie. All right, and a great play. I'm going to let this one run through before I start it. All right, great save by our goalie. Okay, great play by Amherst. All right, and I'll kind of slow this down for all the D guys. Okay, so our rule of thumb, we always called it, is as soon as a Dodger, all right, starts to attack the cage, all right, the backside guys are dead. That's our terminology. That's what we use. All right, and it's basically what that means. Everybody has their different version of it. But guys are no longer following their matchup. All right, everyone's playing an area. All right, playing a spot on the field as opposed to playing a man. Okay, we don't follow that rule in this play. All right, as you roll through, you can see number 12, right, is going with his matchup, 32. Another local guy, right, he's following here with 32. Evan Wolf, who was the Division III National Player of the Year. Okay, we have this backside guy as following number 40. Everyone's kind of playing their man. Okay, and why we didn't want to do that is because we always need to be able to help. Okay, what we wanted is to go dead, all right, which allows 12 to play the throwback, all right, allows 34 in here to play the crease, and allows 16 to know that he's going to play the wing. All right, that allows us to kind of own our spots on the field, feel really good about it. Okay, but since we get away from that, we now, on this throwback, have nobody, right, ready to play this. This is a great play by the Dodger for Amherst. All right, he gets the ball out of his stick very, very quickly. All right, and we give up a real easy step down, all right, for a really good player. All right, luckily we had a really good goalie that made a save, all right, and was able to take it away. That's all I had for today. Like I said, for Trav, Mark, I kind of did, as you can see, a little bit into the second quarter. So what I was thinking is I would love for everybody, if you guys enjoyed it, I was going to break down really the rest of this second quarter into the third, and then do, the end of the third into the fourth, so you guys can kind of see the whole game. And I'm not sure how much time we're going to have with this coronavirus and how much we're going to be away from everything. But happy to do another 2 sessions if guys like it, or if anyone wants to throw up some questions or anything.
Like my biggest thing around going way backwards is like, you know, and I think how many goals do you think, and this is, you know, this is kind of an advanced thing, but how many goals do you think in that game you guys scored from having an advantage from subbing?
I can go back. So it's actually funny. I mean, I can go back, you know, and kind of look at it. But I mean, I know we had number 22 scored 2 goals coming out of the box, where one, you know, Amherst got confused on who was playing him. He basically ran the ball right in front of the goal. He had another one where he was coming through the backside. 18 throws a full, you know, cross crease feed to him where he scores. We had our step down. You know, while it might have say been 3 or 4 goals is all that we scored. We left another, you know, couple plays off the board. Mesa coach Luke McCallion actually had one where he misses the goal by an inch, you know, off a face-off, where the face-off guy ditches away from him. He cuts through to the middle and gets a really good look. We had a lot of opportunities, you know, and really that was our goal for the game. You know, we thought Amherst had good, you know, talented 6-on-6 defensive players, but if we were able to create, you know, scramble situations, we wanted to attack 100%.
Right. You know, so are you seeing that? I mean, I guess you're seeing it from a film, right? Like,
Yep.
You know, is that something like that they were just bad at the whole year, or just never got better at, or?
So yeah, the thing that we saw was, you know, we knew just based off our team that we did a pretty good job with our goalie of throwing quick outlets and getting the ball up the field. So while Amherst pushed transition really, really well, we thought we did that equally as good. Now that might not have, you know, we didn't necessarily score the ball off of, you know, straight transition a ton. But we figured their offensive middies were going to have to get in the hole to stop our D middies and not give up, you know, 4v3s, 5v4s. But at the same time, through our film study, we saw that, you know, and in one of those clips, those guys were ditching off the field at all costs, right? They did not want to leave an offensive guy on to play defense. So we knew that we were going to get, you know, we call them a zip, which is basically, you know, our D midi is beating their offensive midi to the midline, which then allows our offensive guy to have an advantage coming down the field. And we wanted to be able to attack, you know, in all those situations and just really make Amherst feel like they're not able to take an exhale breath and have to cover us the whole time.
Right. So when you're in that kind of subbing mode, you know, are you kind of playing or just kind of trying to figure out how to keep the ball up top, right? Like whenever, like when Trav and I coached, there was one team, I mean, they were just terrible at subbing, right? So yeah, we would just hold the ball kind of in the opposite box corner, and we called it blue, and we would just kind of hold it there. You know what I mean? Yeah. Are you guys kind of playing ball a little bit and just kind of trying to get an advantage, but hoping at that? Or are you do you have a call that's gonna move the ball up to the midline almost? You know?
Yeah, so we had our zip call that we'd be screaming that out. All the offensive guys would be screaming it out. You know, the D midi himself and the O midi coming in, they would be screaming that in case, you know, for any time where we might ditch off, you know, where the ball is at X or the ball's with, you know, further away from the field. We knew our zip call meant that we wanted to get the ball up to the wing, you know, kind of draw a guy and then have the ability to throw it to the midi coming through the box. That was what we wanted to do. And then really from there, what we talked about was trying our best to morph like 3-3 spots. So while we might have like an X guy out there, a guy behind the goal, we wanted him to pinch a pipe. We wanted to put a guy on each wing, allow the guy, you know, to coming in to either push top center or push a wing as well. So it allowed us to try to get 6 guys above the goal while still possibly having, you know, an X guy if the ball does, you know, get thrown down to the wing, and then the next pass is to throw it to X. And then that was where, like I said, old school, just simple principles